Hello, in this video we are discussing method overriding in Java. Method overriding in Java is possible in an inheritance. We all know what is inheritance. Inheritance is an object-oriented programming property that allows us to derive a new class from an existing class. Now, when a method in a subclass or derived class has the same name, same parameter or signature, and same return type as the method in its superclass, then the method in a subclass is said to override the method in a superclass. So whenever there is an inheritance, we are deriving a new class from the existing class, and there is a method in a subclass which has the same signature as the method in a superclass, then we can say it as a method overriding. Method overriding is used to provide specific implementation of method which is already provided by its superclass. So in inheritance, we are doing inheritance to acquire all the properties and methods of superclass in a subclass. So in method overriding, already method which is defined in a superclass, subclass can acquire it, but here subclass is acquiring it but implementing it in a different way, that is called a method overriding. Let's check what are the real life examples. Inheritance means nothing but parent-child relationship. Many parent-child behaviors are common. But many times parent and child has a different approach to implement same behavior. For example, let's take a singer or dancer. Mother is a dancer expert in a Bharatnatyam. At the same time, daughter is expert in a Kathak. Both are dancer, but the way of implementation of dancing style is different. Or for example, father saw a seed in a different way, and son may use some modern technology to sow the seeds. In the same way, the method which is defined in a superclass, subclass can acquire it but implement in a different way. The main advantage of method overriding is the child class have different implementation of parent class method. If a parent class has multiple child classes, each child class has a different method of implementation. Now let's see rules for method overriding. There must be an inheritance. Then the method in a derived class must have the same name as in a base class. Then the method in a derived class must have same parameters as in a base class, and its return type should be same. Let's take an example. Write a program to find volume of a sphere. We know what is the volume of a sphere. Volume is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius of this sphere. Let's write a program. For that, I am defining one class data. Within that, properties is radius r, protected. I am declaring it as a protected. We know this is a access modifier. Protected, it decides its access in a same package and outside the package also, but only it is possible for the subclass. So it can access in that class and subclass of that particular class. Now here one more method is there, public void read method we are defining, and it will take one parameter x, and we are assigning this x value to our radius r. Now one more class, here we are defining class area extend data. So here there is a inheritance. Area class acquire all the properties and method of class data. So here also This area variable we are declaring protected, float, it's a data type. Now method in this area class is public void calculate. Here we are calculating area. So it is pi r square. Pi value we are defining and r square, r into r. One more method is there, public void display. So this display method is used to display area of a circle. Now one more class will take class volume extends area. So this volume class inheritance area. So this volume class acquire all the properties and method of area class as well as data class because of multi-level inheritance. Here we are declaring this volume variable, data type float, access modifier protected. Now we'll define one method, public void compute, to calculate the volume. Volume is equal to area into pi because our formula for volume is 4 by 3 pi r square, r cube. So pi r square is the area into r, pi r cube into 4 by 3. Now the method which we are using here, public void display, and here we are displaying volume of a sphere. Now you can check here in a class area and in a class volume. For this volume class, the area class is superclass because of this inheritance. Volume class is base class and area class is your superclass. You can check here methods in this area class and volume class. This display method, and here also we are defining display method. So here same method name, same return type, same number of parameters. So here we can say it is method overriding. Now check the implementation. Here we are displaying area. So this display method is used to display area. In this case, the same display method we are using to display volume. So here implementation is different. So this is method overriding. So this is possible only in a inheritance. Now we want to use these classes. For that we need application class which includes our public static void main function. So class overriding sp volume, sphere volume, public static void main. Within that float x. We are defining this x or radius from the user. That's why we are using scanner class, scanner sc, new scanner. We are creating its object and we are putting the message enter the radius by system.out.println. Then in x we are taking this user input sc reference of scanner class dot net float. We all know these basic things. Now here we are creating the object of class volume. Volume A is the reference and this is our object, new volume. We are creating the object of class volume and we are first reading the x value. So read x. So it will pass this x value to this read method of class data. We can access this class also because of multi-level inheritance. Because we have created the object of volume class, still we can acquire it because of multi-level inheritance. Now a dot calculate, where it is in a area class. A dot calculate, we can calculate the area. Then a dot compute, it is in a volume class. It will calculate the volume. And then a dot display. Now here a dot display is defined here in a superclass also and a subclass also. Now the question is which method get called here, because it is defined in superclass also and subclass also. So method call is decided by the object. A, it is a reference of whose object? Object of volume class. Then this method get called. If this object is of area class, then this display method get called. Here you can check here there is a calculate method also, compute method also. calculate method is defined in a area class and compute method is defined in a volume class. Still, the object of volume class can acquire calculate compute because of inheritance only. But when the question comes in a mind, when there is a method overriding. This display method is defined in a area class also and volume class also, in a superclass also and subclass also. So which method get called by this object? It get decided by the object. So method overriding, in method overriding, your method get called depending upon whose object it is. If it is the object of area class, then this method get called display. If it is the object of volume class, then the display method of volume class get called. So this is about method overriding. So how it will execute? Method overriding is used for runtime polymorphism. Method overriding is one of the way by which Java achieves runtime polymorphism. The version of method that is executed will be determined by object that is used to invoke it. So the call for the method is decided by whose object it is, which class object it is, whether it is the object of superclass or subclass. If it is the object of subclass, the subclass override method get called. If it is object of superclass, then superclass overrided method get called. So if an object of a parent class is used to invoke the method, then the version of parent class method, parent class will get executed. Then if the object of subclass is used to invoke the method, then the version in a child class will get executed. In short, in other words, it is the type of object being referred to that determines which version of an overridden method will be executed. So this is all about method overriding in Java. Thank you.